Nancy, welcome to our one-on-one coaching call this week. I'm so excited to work with you today. So, Nancy, tell me the one thing that you've struggled with this last week. I got a recording from you, which we're going to go over in a few minutes. Tell me the one thing that you've struggled with the most this last week.
So, Duane, what I've struggled with the most is when calling expireds, the ones that say that they're going to relist with the agent that didn't sell their home. That's one that I've really had a hard time with overcoming.
So their listing expired, but they still want to relist with their agent.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to go through, you and I did a role play and where I listened to exactly what you were saying. And I want to go through that with you in detail and kind of spell out what we're looking at, why you're saying what you're saying, where you're headed with that, and what we can do to improve on that. So here we go.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, Nancy, I appreciate your phone call, but our agent's been great. It's just the area, and all the homes in this area aren't selling.
Got it. And I can appreciate where you're coming from, and I'm sure that you have a really good agent. And yeah.
So let's pause there. You're 25 seconds in, and what I've got is, oh, got it. And then there's a long pause, right? The first 30 seconds is the most critical part of your conversation.
Okay.
Okay. And then you said, well, I can understand where you're coming from. And I'm sure you have a good agent, which no, you can't understand where they're coming from because you could sell their house today. And no, their agent's not good, or he would have sold their house. Why in the world am I going to say they have a good agent? Now, I'm not telling you to go bash their agent.
Okay.
But they don't have a good agent, or they would have sold. Even if he had to reduce the price with the seller, it still would have sold because he's a good agent or she's a good agent. Here we go.
Yeah.
At the same time, with this being probably a big financial investment.
You would assume this is a big financial investment. Now, Nancy, do you expect her to say, nope, not at all? It's like buying Cracker Jacks at the stadium.
No.
So what are you expecting to get out of that question?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
And is it get them talking or just yes?
It's to get them talking.
But does it?
No.
How am I going to respond? Because when you tell me, you say, hey, I assume this is the biggest financial decision you're ever going to make. I'm going to say, yeah, it is. Do I then go on and elaborate and I talk?
No, because they'll hang up.
Who is the person that should be doing the most talking?
The seller.
Correct. Okay, let's keep going.
Did you say?
Yeah.
There's my response. Yeah. Right?
You want to get the most out of the sale of your property, right?
Sure.
Okay, another question. You want to get the most out of the sale of your property. Who's going to say no to that?
No one.
Okay, so we already know they're going to say yes. Are they going to elaborate more than just a yes?
No.
No. So whoever's doing all the talking is winning or losing?
Whoever's doing all the talking is losing.
Okay, we're 40 seconds in. Have we got anywhere so far that's going to allow you to close them? Okay, let's keep going.
No.
I just want to sell.
Okay. If there was a way in which I could show you how working with me, you can get you sold, and
If there's a way in which I could show you how working with me, I could get your house sold. Now you're 51 seconds in. And you've yet to show any of those ways in which you could help them get sold. And you're a minute in. How many people would have lost interest?
They would have lost the vast majority.
Okay, so this is a
Very
cold
early
call,
on.
right?
Yeah.
So let me tell you, I call you up, Nancy, and I'm like, hey, my name's Duane. I work for Prime Real Estate Experts. And then I take a minute and don't get anywhere. Do you want to stay on the phone with me?
No.
How about 30 seconds and I'm not anywhere?
No.
How about 15 seconds if I haven't immediately started creating value?
No.
No, right?
Right.
You got to start picking up value right away. Okay. I want to flip
Right.
the roles real quick. I'm going to
Okay.
be the agent and I want
Okay.
you to be the seller. Ready?
Okay. Ready.
Go ahead.
So Duane, yeah, we appreciate your call. However, we really like our last agent. He sold our last 3 homes for us, and we're just going to stick with him. He's worked so hard. So we're just going to relist with him.
So what do you think was different about this home? Why didn't it sell?
I don't know. It's the area. Like even our neighbors that are on the market, they're not selling either. So I don't know.
How long did you have it on the market?
3 months.
Okay. Did you get a lot of showings?
We got a pretty good number of showings. Yes.
So you're thinking it's just the market.
Yes.
How many
thinking
websites
this
are you
area.
marketing on?
Well, we're definitely on the agent's website. We're on Zillow. We're on the MLS. So I know that for sure.
So how important do you think exposure is?
I think exposure is huge.
So if you look at a billboard on the freeway, why do they put billboards on the freeway?
So that a lot of people will see it and buy the product or service.
Right. Right. So if people are seeing the product, but they're not getting the results of getting it sold, there's got to be a problem somewhere. Where do you think the problem lies in getting your home sold? Do you think you had enough showings to get it sold?
I think we had a good number of showings. I do. It slowed down quite a bit after the first month, but it was steady.
Okay. Steady as in one a day, one every 4 days.
Steady as in one every 3 to 4 days.
Okay. What would happen if you had 5 to 6 showings a day? Do you think your house would sell?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So let me ask you this. When you're looking at products and services, how many websites do you feel like what you would want to have your home on in order to get it sold quickly?
Well, I thought we had enough because we're with a big company, but I mean, the more that we could have, the better.
So why would someone do less marketing than more marketing if you were a real estate agent?
Maybe money, maybe,
Right.
cutting back if it costs more money to do more marketing.
I can tell you that right now, it is more expensive to market on 3,000 websites than it is to market on 3 websites. It's a higher marketing campaign.
Right.
Now, are you paying them less if they're only marketing on 3 websites for you? Or they still want a
No,
6% commission?
Still the full, yeah, 6%. Yes.
Wow. Not crazy. Now, I'm going to dig a little bit deeper. What kind of photography did you guys do? How many pictures did you put on the website?
So we had a professional photographer come in and we've got 50 photos of the house.
Okay. What are your thoughts on having 50 photos?
I thought it was like, it's a lot of photos, but I see a lot of houses that have tons of photos. So I just
Right.
thought that's what agents do.
Right. No, there's a lot of agents out there. Let me ask you this. How many homes does an average real estate agent sell? The average.
One a month, 2, 3 a month.
You know what? If they were doing that, they would be phenomenal agents. The average real estate agent sells 3 homes a year. Okay. So that being said, average aren't doing things that other agents are to help them sell really, really high volume. Let me ask you this. If you're looking at 50
Okay.
pictures and you're looking all the way through the house, every, angle, different things, do you feel like you've seen the house really well?
I do. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why would you need to go in person to see it?
I mean, I'm the type of person I'd want to see it in person, but if I felt like I had already seen it and I don't like it, then I'm not going to go see it. Check it out in person.
So what you're telling me is if there's a couple of pictures that you thought, I just don't know if I like that part of the house, you may not go see the house, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Wow. Okay. So something I do completely different is I'm only going to put about 10 pictures up. I'm going to take 50, but I'm going to pick the top 10.
Oh.
Because I only want them to see pictures that are crazy, crazy, awesome pictures that gets them excited
Okay.
about the house. Now, let me
Okay.
ask you this question. As you're looking at homes, if you found a house that all the images you saw were like, oh my gosh, I've got to buy this house, would you want to go see it?
Ooh, yeah.
Absolutely. Yep. Yep. You would. Now, what also are you thinking about? Do other people have the same experience? Are you worried that they're going to have the same experience looking at those 10 pictures?
I mean, now that you bring that up, yes, I would be worried if it's the house I really want.
So would you want to go quicker, or would you just say, oh, we'll take our time because it's probably not going to sell in this market?
No, I want to go right away.
And if
Same
you
day.
got there and you were in the house, you're like, oh my gosh, I'll put my couch there. I'll put the TV there. Do you think you'd be quicker at wanting to get an offer in before someone else did?
Absolutely. Yes.
Well, Nancy, here's what I'm hearing. I mean, you've had an experience with his other agent and you like him and he's been great. Okay. I'm not here to beat him up at all. When he did his job, did you pay him on those other houses? When he sold those other 3 houses, did he get paid?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Has he done his job in selling this house?
Well, I felt like he had in the sense of doing everything he said, put it on the MLS, put the sign in the yard, the marketing. He's fulfilled on those promises, just hasn't sold.
So would you cut him a check right now for the job he's done for the sell of your house?
No.
No. Okay. Now,
No.
the reason I'm asking that is you can have an experience, and I'm going to bring it up like hotels. Where do you typically stay when you go out to a hotel?
Marriott.
Okay. So let's say you're at the Marriott. Do you sleep when you're at the Marriott?
Yes. I do.
Okay. And do you have a good experience?
Yeah, pretty good most of the time. Yes.
Cool. Have you ever stayed at the Ritz-Carlton or the Four Seasons?
No.
Why?
I mean, it's a lot of money to
It
stay
is a lot
there,
more money.
even
Do
though
you-
I've heard it's awesome.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Do you think customer service is better?
Yes, I've heard it's a lot better.
Night and day experience, right? So if you could stay at the Ritz and have the same experience and pay the same amount for it, would you do it?
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yes, every time.
What if I was able to guarantee you that experience, to be able to have a Ritz-Carlton experience at the Marriott price?
Sold.
And 100% guarantee, money back guarantee. I'll put it in writing. So here's the difference. And this is what I want to show you. How many people have knocked on your door?
You're the only one.
Okay. On average, how many homes does the listing agent sell themselves across the United States? What's the average of the person that puts a sign in the yard and lists it? Does he find the buyer for you?
50%? 20%?
Not quite. The average is 1%.
Oh,
So most listing agents are going to stick a sign in the yard, go back to the office and sit there and wait for it to sell. That's what they expect to have happen. Okay. Now, the reason I'm out banging on your door is because I actively go and look for the buyer. Would you want your agent to find a buyer for you or just list your house?
find the buyer.
Right? That's what you're paying them to do. So
Yeah.
20% of the time, which is 20 times that of the national average, I'm finding the buyer from within the neighborhood by knocking doors and aggressively looking for buyers for your property. We're putting it on social media. We're doing all these extra things that others don't. That's why I can promise you a Ritz-Carlton experience, because I'm going to do tons of things that others don't to get this taken care of for you. And I'm going to put it in writing that if you're not happy, I'll give you 100% money back guarantee. Now, that being said, what would keep you from giving this a shot if this is important to you? Is this important to you to sell your house?
It's very important for me to sell my house.
How quickly do you want to sell your house?
I wanted to sell my house last month.
And you've been waiting 3 months, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to get the job done for you. You give me 1 month, I'll have this thing sold, or I'll give you all your money back. And we're going to do things that you've never seen happen before from a real estate company. Because once you go to Ritz-Carlton, and that's going to be me,
Okay.
you're never going to look back at a Marriott. Because I'm going to give you that kind of service. So I'm excited to work with you. Let's get some paperwork filled out and we'll get you on your way.
Okay.
All right,
Awesome.
Nancy, did you see a big difference?
I see a huge difference. Huge. Oh my God.
Awesome. I want you to implement all of this into your next situation that we run into. You've got to lead with value. How many questions did I ask you?
Oh, it felt like 40.
It probably was. If you count them up, it probably was. Who did most of the talking?
Well, you asked all the questions, but I did the talking.
And that's how it should be, because then it's you telling me what you want to have happen in an experience. Okay.
Right.
So go out and apply this. I promise you, when you do, you're going to kill it.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks,
Thanks for being
Duane.
on today, Nancy. Talk to you soon.
Okay. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.